Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Dr. Swagatesh Bastia, Director and Co-founder of Alleviate Pain Management in Bangalore. Today we're going to talk about coccydynia, which is also known as tailbone pain and which can be described literally as pain in the bum. Now coccydynia or tailbone pain is persistent pain present over the distal most part of the spine. The pain is typically aggravated by sitting or any activity which increases the pressure on the lower part of the spine. The patient typically complains of pain localized to the distalmost part of the spine. Here, let's look at this model, and you can see the coccyx is the lowermost part of the spine. It is essentially this triangular bone which is comprised of 3 to 5 fused segments. Now the coccyx is essentially one of the legs of a tripod, the other legs being the adjoining ischial tuberosities. Now together this tripod forms the supporting structure in the seated position of an individual. Now the coccyx also forms the central point of attachment for a lot of pelvic floor muscles, and hence it gives support to the lower part of the rectum, vagina in females, and it also plays a supporting role in activities like defecation, walking and running. Coccydynia is much more common in women and overweight individuals. It definitely shows a gender bias, with women being affected 5 times more than men. It is also seen more commonly in adolescents and adults as compared to the prepubertal age group. Backwards fall can result in bruising, dislocation or fracture of the coccyx, leading to tailbone pain. And prolonged sitting on hard, narrow and uncomfortable surfaces can also lead to coccydynia in the long run. Can be suffered during childbirth because of the proximity of the coccyx to the birth passage. Because of, especially in cases of prolonged or obstructed labor, where there might be a need for instrumentation, such an occurrence can happen. Degenerative disc disease, anatomical variations of the coccyx, hypermobility or hypomobility of the sacrococcygeal segment. Then there can be cases of infections, tumors, or sometimes somatization and psychological disorders are also associated with persistent tailbone pain. Typically, patients complain of a localized pain in the region of the tailbone. Usually there is no radiation into the gluteal muscles or the lower extremities. Then pain is typically aggravated by sitting. Worsening of pain can be seen when the patient tries to lean back against a firm surface like a wall. The patient can be seen complaining of a dull, aching kind of a pain which varies in intensity. Now, the intensity of the pain and discomfort can be seen to vary with changes in posture and pressure on the lower spine. Now, getting up from the sitting position is typically difficult for many patients. So, and in some cases, patients might need to lean forward while sitting or standing. Because of the close proximity of the coccyx to the genitalia and the rectum, sometimes this pain can be worsened during intercourse as well as defecation. A careful history is very important. It can give us an indication of an inciting traumatic event. But many times a history will not indicate any significant inciting event, and the pain might be completely insidious in onset. Rectal examination may be performed in some patients, and the coccyx is basically palpated with the forefinger and thumb. A gentle manipulation of the coccyx can give us an idea whether the sacrococcygeal segment is hypermobile or hypomobile. Tumors, infections, and spasms of the pelvic floor muscles must be ruled out. Then, among imaging modalities, dynamic X-ray and MRI are really good tools as they help us identifying fractures, laxity, anatomical variations of the coccyx, and adjoining, concomitant lower lumbar diseases like degenerative disc diseases. A great majority of patients suffering with tailbone pain can benefit with conservative measures. Patient can be started with anti-inflammatory medication. This can be supplemented with heat and cold treatment. So, in acute exacerbations of the inflammation, a patient might be subjected to ice packs or cold packs to reduce the inflammation. In the periods where the inflammation has subsided, the patient is subjected to heat therapy to help relieve the spasming muscle. Coming to physical therapy, pelvic floor strengthening exercises can be very helpful to people where the coccydynia is a result of weak pelvic floor muscles. Manual massage and manipulation can also help relieve pain in some patients of coccydynia. Then lifestyle modification. Now this is a very important aspect in managing the symptoms of coccydynia. Patients should avoid prolonged sitting as well as correct an improper sitting posture which might be resulting in worsening of symptoms. Special U, V or wedge-shaped pillows with a circular hole in the center to accommodate the tailbone or the coccyx are very useful. These pillows help relieve the pressure from the lower part of the spine, and patients can use them at work, while traveling in the car, or even on flights. Patients are encouraged to take a high fiber diet as well as increase their water intake substantially to help with cases where the coccydynia is associated with constipation. In some cases, stool softeners also might be given. Can be subjected to injection treatment. Here the injection treatment utilized for treating tailbone pain is known as the ganglion of Impar injection. Now the ganglion of Impar is a terminal midline sympathetic ganglion that is present over the first coccygeal vertebral body. Now this injection is very helpful in patients, helping patients to relieve the pain of coccydynia. It also helps in relieving pain emanating from the rectum, anus, vagina or the urethra. Patient is generally taken to an operating room. Then he's positioned prone on the operating table, and with the help of fluoroscopy, a spinal needle is guided into the sacrococcygeal hiatus, and the needle location is confirmed by dye spread. After confirmation by dye spread, medication is injected into the site of the ganglion of Impar. This helps in blocking the sacrococcygeal plexus of nerves and brings about pain relief. At Alleviate, we use a combination procedure including the ganglion of Impar injection, followed by local trigger injection, followed by manual digital massage. Patients who are suffering with coccydynia for a long time and have become chronic and resistant cases which are not responding to any other means become candidates for the surgical procedure. The surgical procedure of choice in treating coccydynia is coccygectomy, but let me warn you, it should be used only as a last final resort because of the poor and long healing rates and the high chances of infection associated with this surgery. If you're suffering from tailbone pain, which is literally pain in the bum, or any other pains for that matter, you can always feel free to have a consultation at Alleviate and look at your options for managing your pain.